Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. So in this video I'm going to go through the latest update that was added to DBZ Dokkan Global now that maintenance is finally over and the new events that were added into the game. So first let's just take a look at the news, the maintenance check here. So there's a warning here about using support items. Apparently they can cause the game to crash currently, so for those of you who are playing the game, who are trying to farm easy A's and do some content, refrain from doing content where you need to use any form of items. Then obviously just regards to the long maintenance, because it was super extended, they are going to keep daily streaks up. They will be handing you the full daily rewards that you would have received should you have been able to play, so no one needs to fret about their streaks or anything. And then it also looks like they've closed some events temporarily. Don't know when they will do the update to bring that up, probably in a couple hours. But yeah, basically there was a whole bunch of events that are bugging and causing the game to have issues, so they're going to adjust for those now. And then there's obviously a small change to the way descriptions work for giant forms and for the final blow mechanics, so they changed that as well. So just don't use support items and you can't take on some of the events, so just keep that in mind, but I'm sure it'll be fixed soon enough. We'll take a look. So update 4.1.4.3 came out. Basically there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do. You can now awaken, move and change characters that are in your chain battle team, which is good for the upcoming chain battle, makes life a bit easier. Dokkan Fest exclusives have a marker now for when they're summoned, obviously just to hype people up because there's so many now. They optimized some mission UI, and obviously then they've added the ability to look at giant form category units from their card screen. Then a couple easy A's were added. So there were easy A's added for the 2 blue Goku units. We'll go through those here briefly. We won't go through Gogeta's because he'll have a separate video, and I might do a video on these two guys. But the 2 blue Goku, so this one is attack and defense 100%, extra additional 59% when he's doing a super attack. He gives allies 20% attack and 7% crit chance when he is in a turn with only Realm of the Gods team units. And the tech version is the same, just not Realm of the Gods units, it is for tech type units. So it's good that they obviously made them different, means you can run them on different teams. Both will be very good for SBR and ESBR. I definitely suggest building crit on both, even though they do give crit chance. Raising attack for one turn is not necessarily the best in terms of SA effect, so go for crit and give yourself a tiny bit of additional. Movie boss is obviously the category that is strong against Gogeta, so there is a movie boss's summon that is up. You can do that if you need, but I wouldn't suggest it. Then they also want to survey on the Dokkan Battle Games Hour, or the DBZ Games Hour, Battle Hour, or whatever, that video they had. Give your feedback. It doesn't look like there's rewards, but give your feedback anyway if you watched it. It's always helpful for developers and for Bandai in general. And then we'll take a look at the campaign here. So obviously we are now at this stage in the campaign. We just got our Gogeta Easy A popping. We'll go through that in another video. We've got the blue Gokus. Kid Boo's Easy A is back, so if you have an Int Boo, please awaken him along with Broly as well. Their Dokkan events are back, obviously to awaken them, units that you need for it. There's a Kaioken Goku event there, which is great for raising the SA of Kaioken Gokus. I also suggest that you farm some Krillin SA for Krillin units if you need it as well. You can also farm SA for the SS Gohan Goten and Trunks. And then finally, obviously the World Tournament is coming up, and then after the World Tournament, just be aware that we will have a chain battle popping up as well. That was in the files for the update. So we got 8 stones as compensation for the long maintenance, which is pretty good. It's obviously, people always cry about 100 stones, but you would never have made 8 stones in a day unless you have empty content you could do. So for me, it's a pretty good compensation for not being able to play each day. If I couldn't play for 8 hours a day, I'd be pretty bummed, but giving me 8 stones, I also won't complain at all. So you can see we're hitting a little bit of server lag as everyone gets into the game. But we're just going to take a look obviously at the events that came out. And we'll see that currently the hero extermination missions are not there anymore, if you see me scrolling through. So obviously that update is still in effect, that some events are closed, so keep that in mind that some events will be coming back. For now though, these are all you can run, obviously. And then we'll take a look at the growth tab. So Bulma's prep is back, which is great if you're going to run the world tournament. I suggest running that a couple of times. She gives great items. I'll do a separate video, probably a tutorial video with that included, on how to farm support items. But yeah, definitely something to keep in mind when you are prepping for world tournament. You can watch my world tournament prep video on it, and that will help you out. Then in terms of Dokkan events, it seems like most of them are up, and we have some Extreme Z areas back for the Goku and the Lord Slug, so if you need those units, please go and do those. And then obviously there's the blue Goku EZA. They are weak to Universe 6 units, so you can keep that in mind when you are running these stages. Universe 6 units, there's not too many decent free-to-play options, but maybe I'll do a video on the EZB just to help people out. And then in terms of the Int Gogeta, he is also up. He is weak to movie bosses type, so obviously you're going to want to look at physical units, your prime ones being the Alab Broly trio. You can also look at, you know, the Super Broly, the EZA Broly. There's quite a few options for you to use, so just keep that in mind. There's also the physical cooler, so we got plenty of options for a movie bosses team that will do a lot of damage. And then finally, we'll just quickly run back through everything that we have seen here. So apparently there was an update to the Bubba shop as well, allowing us to get new support items there. I haven't seen them pop up just yet. I have only been in the game for a short while, and I do not see anything in the news about it. But people are saying in the data files it was there, and if you look on Reddit you can see people mentioning it. So I'm going to assume it was updated. That means basically we can get some of the support items we couldn't previously from the Bubba shop for Bubba points, which is really good. Obviously for those of you who want to get support items and not just loaded with Bubba points, it's nice to be able to get a whole bunch of support items with those. You can also see, I'm just going through the store, there was nothing else that looked like it was updated, no UI change or anything like that. We're still experiencing some server lag here. And for the last bit, we'll just take a look through the giant ape units and just see how their new UI change looks. So that's all the news from me today. That's pretty much everything that was updated, and that's the new events that are covered here. Basically just prepare for the world tournament and farm your EZAs. That's going to be pretty much your content until roughly next week or so, when they announce the Sunday stuff on the 16th. And we'll know a bit more about what's happening and coming next on DBZ Global. But yeah, it's cool, this giant ape thing. It's nice to see the giant ape card art, especially when we'll take a look at LR Baby now. So yeah, I think it is a good update, and it just helps obviously players understand their cards mechanics a bit better. But cool, that's all from me, guys. I'll come back with another video shortly and soon, hopefully. But until then, stay safe, enjoy the EZAs, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers and bye.